Welcome to all of you. My name is Joginder Tomar. I am your friend and instructor. So today I am here to teach you about a very important topic. The topic name is how to create an EC2 instance and how to access it remotely. First of all, we need to understand what is EC2 instance. So EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Computing. In the Windows platform cloud, Microsoft Azure cloud, we are calling as virtual machine, but in the AWS Amazon cloud system we are calling as EC2 instance. So EC2 instance or virtual machine, both are the same things. So we can create the Linux EC2 instances also and Windows EC2 instances also. So for accessing the Windows EC2 instances, we require RDP connection. So we need to select the RDP method type, or for accessing the Linux EC2 instance we need to select the SSH method type. So let us go to the portal for creating the Windows EC2 instance in our AWS cloud. So let's go to the portal. On the portal we need to type www.aws.amazon.com. Click on the option sign into the console. It did not ask me to enter the credentials because I already logged in this computer many times and my credentials are saved in this computer. So we are on the portal. So click on the services on the top. Under the compute, select an option EC2. Just scroll down a bit and click on the option launch instance. Then click on launch instance again, sub option. Now it will show you a screen to choose an operating system image through which you want to create an EC2 instance. So you can see here many images, in which some of the images belongs to the Linux flavor operating system and some of the images belongs to the Windows operating system. So our requirement for our today's task is to create a Windows based EC2 instance. Now we will select here Microsoft Windows Server 2016. So here we can see Microsoft Windows Server 2016. Microsoft Windows Server 2016 base. So it should be free tier eligible because we took a free tier subscription for 1 year. If we will choose another from the free tier eligible, it will be paid and you need to pay extra money to the AWS Amazon. So we don't want to pay the extra money to the AWS Amazon and we want to use this image of the operating system for just for the learning purpose. So select the free tier eligible, click on select. In this screen, step 2, it is showing choose an instance type. Here it is showing under the family, it is showing general purpose. Under the type, it is showing T2 micro free tier eligible. So here you can see one virtual CPU, 1 gigs of RAM. Instance type is EBS only. EBS stands for Elastic Block Storage. Elastic Block Storage is a storage which is contained within a EC2 instance for storing or installing the operating system. Now click on next, configure instance details, and here it is showing us the step 3. In the step 3, it is asking us to configure instance details. On the first option, it is showing number of instances. So number of instances means how many virtual machines or the virtual instances we want to create at the same time. So this is a good thing in the AWS Amazon. We can create more than one EC2 instances or the virtual machine at the same time, and it will save our time automatically. We have no need to create the every EC2 instance one by one individually. So if we want to create two virtual machine at the same time or the two EC2 instances at the same time, then we need to change the number here by 2. If you want to create 2 or 4 or 6 or 7 or 10 EC2 instances at the same time, then we need to enter the specified number. Whatever the number we will enter here, that much of EC2 instances we will create. But here I have a requirement to create only one EC2 instance, so I will type here 1. Now scroll down. Now it is asking for the network. So by default it is showing the VPC, the default VPC. VPC stands for Virtual Private Cloud. So VPC in the Microsoft Azure platform will be called as VNet. Since we have not created our own preferred VPC cloud, then we will go with the default option of the network or the VPC cloud. If we'll click on the subnet, it will show us availability zones. So we have 3 availability zones inside the Mumbai region because we selected on the top Mumbai region. So we have various regions across the whole world in which the AWS data centers are located. So every region will have 3 regions at least. Every regions have 3 availability zones at least. So in the Mumbai region we have 1A, 1C, 1B. So I can choose any one of the region to place my EC2 instance. So for the time being I will select 1A. If you will not choose any one of the availability zone out of these, then automatically the AWS will select any one of the availability zone for you and place your EC2 instance there. The next option is auto assign public IP. So we need to keep the option as it is because we want to get a public IP to access this virtual machine remotely. Now scroll down. And here you need to select an option enable termination protection. This option, if you will check mark, then AWS will not allow to delete the EC2 instance until the protection against accidental termination option will be unchecked again. So it will protect your EC2 instance to delete it accidentally. So just I check mark this option for the testing purpose. Now I will click on next add storage. So it will redirect me towards the step number 4, add storage. Now it will show the size of the storage 30 gigs. 30 gigs is the maximum size which is eligible for the free tier. So I will go with the same size. Then now click on next add tags. Click on add tag. Under the key type name. Under the value type the name of the virtual machine or the type title of the virtual machine or the EC2 instance which you want to assign. So I will assign here Windows VM2. Now press enter. Click on next configure security group. So here it will redirect us towards the step number 6, configure security group. So here we need to mention the type of the ports, type of the methods through which we want to access our EC2 instance remotely. So if it is a Windows EC2 instance, then we require RDP. If we have Linux EC2 instance, then we require SSH. So we need to go with the RDP as it is, and click on add rule and select HTTP. So HTTP type of method will be, HTTP port will be enabled in such a kind of circumstances if inside the EC2 instance we have created a web service, we have configured a web service, or we have created a website, and that website we want to access remotely with the help of the web browser. On the web browser, for accessing the web page or the website, we require the prefix of the protocol HTTP or HTTPS. So that's why we shown you here how to add the HTTP method or the HTTP protocol. So under the source, click on anywhere, click on anywhere here also against the HTTP. Now click on review and launch. Now it will show you the summary of the steps, whatever the steps we have performed before. Now click on launch. Now here it is giving us an option to create a key pair. So key pair is required to generate a password through which you can access your EC2 instance or the virtual machine. So we have three options. Number one option, choose an existing key pair. Second option, create a new key pair. Third option, proceed without a key pair. Right now we will click on create a new key pair because we have not yet created any key pair before. So click the middle one, create a new key pair, and enter the key pair name that you want to assign. So I will give here the name of the key pair, my key pair. So you can assign any different name, whatever the name you want to assign for the key pair. Now click on download key pair, click on save as, and save the key pair on the location where you want to save. So I will save the key pair at some of my location, and the key pair extension will be .pem. Now click on save. Now the key pair has been saved successfully. So this key pair will be required at the time of accessing the virtual machine, because at the time of accessing the virtual machine remotely, it requires the password, and the password will be generated with the help of the key pair. If we don't have the key pair, we cannot get the password. The password will be generated automatically by the help of the key pair. Now click on launch instances. Now click on view instances. Now you can see on the screen the initialization of the Windows VM2 instance has been created, and it is in the running process, and the initialization is in process. So we have to wait a moment until the initialization will be completed successfully. Now you can see on the screen the status checks. It is showing 2 by 2 checks. It means the initialization of the Windows VM2 instance has been completed successfully, and it is showing now the status. The name of the instance is Windows VM2, instance ID is there, instance type is T2 micro, availability zone is AP South 1A, instance state is running, status checks is 2 by 2 checks. Now under the description we can see the public IP address is 13.233.212.251. So this public IP address we can use for accessing this EC2 instance remotely on the RDP console. And you can see the further details under the description. The instance type it is showing here T2 micro, instance state it is showing running, availability zone it is showing AP South 1A, key pair name it is showing my key pair that we already copied to some location. Launch time it is showing today's date and time in which I have created the EC2 instance. Now next step we will perform how to access the EC2 instance with the help of the RDP console. Before that I would like to show you, if we will click on monitoring, what it will show you. It will show you the CloudWatch alarms. So CloudWatch we can enable if you want to monitor our EC2 instance, but it will cost you extra. So but we will do it later. For the time being we don't require to enable the CloudWatch. So here inside we can see the CPU utilization in percentage, disk utilization in percentage, disk read operation in percentage, network speed, disk write operation, disk writes in bytes. So we can monitor these activities. Now let's go to the RDP console for getting the access of this EC2 instance remotely. So let's go to run and type mstsc, click on OK. Now you can see the RDP connection console in which we need to enter the public IP address. For getting the public IP address we need to go to the description. Under the description, inside the description, just copy the public IP address of EC2 instance Windows VM2, go to the RDP connection console and press Ctrl plus V keys simultaneously together. It will paste your public IP address on the RDP connection console. Now click on connect. Username assign as a administrator. For the password we require key that we just now we saved in before. So go to the location in which we already saved the key So here this is the key, my key pair. So I will copy the location where is my key located. Now I will go to the RDP connection, and here I can see on the portal there is an option on the top, connect. Click on connect and click on get password. Here it is asking the key pair path. To enter the key pair path, so click on browse, click on top and paste the path that we just now before we copied. Enter, and here this is my key, my key pair.pem. Select this key pair, click on open and click on decrypt password. So now you can see here the password has been decrypted. So copy this password, and this password you need to use here in the RDP console. So press Ctrl plus V and click on OK. Click on yes. Now you can see here we got successful login in our Windows EC2 instance. Now you can see here the Windows EC2 instance has been loaded. So this is the way how to create a Windows EC2 instance and how we can take the access of the Windows EC2 instance remotely with the help of the RDP. So if you want to change the password, you can go to the tools, because whatever the password, it was generated with the help of the key pair. It was very complicated password and it is not easy to remember. So click on the tools, go to computer management, and here you can see an option, local users and groups. Double click on it, double click on users, right click on administrator, click an option set password, click on proceed, and it will show you a window with the name set password for administrator. Administrator is a user account. So here I will enter the new password, capital P ASSWORD @123, and confirm with the same password, capital P ASSWORD @123. Click on OK. The password has been reset. Click on OK. So this is the way how to reset the password. Now click on top, close everything. If you want to terminate this Windows VM2 EC2 instance, then right click on the Windows VM2 EC2 instance, click on instance state, click on terminate. Let us see whether the protection from accidental deletion option will be effective or not. So click on terminate. Now you can see here it is not allowing us to delete or terminate this EC2 instance, because at the time of the creation of the EC2 instance we check mark the option prevent or protect from accidental deletion. So here you can see yes terminate option or button is disabled or gray out, so it is not allowing us to delete or terminate this EC2 instance. So how we can terminate this EC2 instance if you want to terminate? So for that purpose we need to go to the Windows VM2 EC2 instance, right click on it, click on instance settings, click on change termination protection, click on yes disable. So when we will click on yes disable option, then it will disable the accidental protect from or the prevent from accidental deletion protection option. Click on yes disable. Now click on Windows VM2, click on right click on the Windows EC2 instance, click on instance state, click on terminate. Now you can see here yes terminate option is enabled for us. So if you want to terminate this EC2 instance, click on yes terminate. Now before the termination it will automatically shut down this EC2 instance, then immediately it will terminate it. I hope so. Today's session is very interactive to all of you, very informative to all of you. If you want my new latest videos, then please subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon.